Okay, it has been a long day standing here watching this mob spawner, and I think now that I've got most of the items stored away, I think it's time to head back to base. I'm exhausted. And now that we've got the brand new elevator installed, I don't need to use the stairs. Man, it was always so exhausting using those stairs. But if we take a look right here, the elevator is not here right now, but if we just call it, it should be here any minute. Just give it a second. It'll come. Come on. Why is it not here? Wait. Seriously? Hello everyone, my name's Jyration, and welcome back to NSSS Series 2. And today we're here in the middle of the ocean, around a big pit here, which we made actually on stream on Saturday. I did a Saturday stream for once, which was actually a lot of fun. And we've managed to raid a few more water dungeons on that stream. And we also dug out this pit. And we also, you know, came back from the pyramid. We're no longer at the pyramid anymore. So yeah, we're going to be getting some more work done around kind of main spawn here, which is kind of the main part of the world where we started. Obviously, I set my crying obsidian down in my base over here now so that I don't have to respawn all the way over at the pyramid if I were to die. And I also want to do something a little bit on this island over here where our old spawn was, where we started the world. You know, to commemorate, you know, the old spawn, I guess, which we will no longer be using, of course, because we respawn over by our crying obsidian. Now, you might be wondering why I specifically dug out this very specific chunk right here, because it is, in fact, a chunk. This is actually 16 blocks from this block all the way over to that block over there, and that block over in the other corner over there. And this is very specifically, if we go over to this corner, or no, this one here, we go to F3, this is 0, 0 right here, right in this corner. And then if we go over here, this will be 15, 15 right here. Now this chunk is known as chunk 0, 0. And that means that it has a very interesting property about it, which existed in alpha all the way up to alpha 1.1.2_01, vanilla, of course. But since this is NSSS, which is based on that version, that means that we can use this property. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the bug which affected the mob spawning within this specific chunk. This chunk was known to have an issue where when mobs were attempted to spawn within this chunk, they would always spawn within this chunk. So if there was a place for, say, a creeper to spawn, the world would, or the code in the background would say, hey, we're going to try to place a creeper here. But then there would usually be a chance of, yes, that creeper either gets placed there, or no, it failed, don't place a creeper there. So that basically allowed the game to, you know, not place so many mobs. It would fail every so often, which means that the mob wouldn't spawn there. But in this chunk, if the game says, try placing a mob here, and it's a valid spot for a mob to be, it would place one there, no matter what. It would never fail. So this chunk is very efficient at placing mobs on the ground, which means we can make a very efficient mob farm in this chunk. Only in this chunk, but in this chunk nevertheless. So I've been working in a separate world, in a vanilla world, to try out this mob farm and kind of create a design which I think is going to be kind of good. And I think I've found something interesting. Now, at some point I might make a video on that in and of itself. But this is basically what this whole project is going to be about. And we have to dig out this entire chunk all the way down to bedrock in order to build this farm and make it work efficiently. So that's going to be a big project in the future, which I'm really looking forward to. But I think we're going to be heading back over to our base over there to get a little bit of work done on the boat elevator, which I've been wanting to stick in there for quite some time now. Oh, that's right. I also spent a bit of time on stream digging out this area over here to make it a little bit bigger on the inside here. Of course, one other thing that I am going to be doing over the course of this series is just digging this out bigger and bigger, because this is eventually going to be kind of my storage room and the kind of main room of my base. But I want this to be a lot bigger than it is now before I really start doing anything. So I'm going to be constantly working on this, just digging it out when I have some free time. And, you know, this is where the elevator is going to be, going down to our mob farm, or a skeleton farm down there, which is great as well. But before we get started on any of that, I want to head back to base for a second, and I want to place some of my items away because I want to show off some new features that are within NSSS, which I haven't shown yet. Now, many people like to comment down below, oh, you know, there's this in the game, and there's this in the game, and some of them I know about, some of them I don't. But either way, I've been kind of slowly showing them off so that, you know, I have time to use it within my builds and such. And, you know, obviously we use the frying obsidian, which is super useful. You know, we don't want to have to respawn all the way back at regular spawn here if we were to die out by the pyramid. This is very useful for traveling around, and it makes things a lot more convenient where we can set our spawn. But there's some other things in the game which are a little bit more interesting as well, which I haven't shown yet. So we're going to go do that right now. Now, obviously, we want to make sure that we have golden pickaxe with us, because those are very useful for, you know, doing a lot of things, like picking up blocks, which usually you wouldn't be able to have access to, but like, say, stone right here, you can pick up stone with a golden pickaxe, which is super useful. It looks like it's nighttime, so I guess we'll do the first one over here in our base, because this one is a very interesting one. Now, we're going to need a bit of copper, so I'm going to grab a copper ingot right here. We also need some string, so I'm going to go grab some string right here, just like that. And we're going to take the string, and we're going to place it in a furnace. Now, you might think, what on earth are you doing, Jai? What do you think you're doing? That's not going to do anything. String does not go in a furnace. Well, in NSSS, it does. Now, let's wait for that to finish smelting. And while we're doing that, I guess we should go look for some glass, which I do have right here. Great, and we'll grab this. Look at that. We now have a black string, and I like to think of this as kind of like a carbon string, like a, almost like a filament, as it were. And what can you do with a filament and a bit of copper surrounded in glass? You can make a light bulb. Now, if you take a look at that, that is pretty darn cool if you ask me. Let's grab a lever I happen to have right here, and look at that. We can open the door, and when the door is open, then the lights are on, and then we can, you know, close the door and turn the lights off. And I'm pretty sure you have to use a golden pickaxe to pick these things up. I don't think you can pick them up. I tried making these actually on stream, so I have one hidden away right over here. And I only have one because I broke the other one with my fist and I didn't get it back. So I think it has to be broken with gold touch pickaxe, basically. But we could use these in different places, like say in this room over here, we could put lights in the ceiling. Oh, for a second I thought this was lighting up. I don't think this lights up, does it? I don't think so. But we could place these lights, you know, in the walls or something. I don't know. Let's maybe come up with something for a quick second here. Okay, there we go. I think that's pretty much good. And look at that. Now we can take out these torches in the middle here because we have lights in the ceiling, which is very convenient. And we can, of course, turn them off as well. But then we might have mobs spawning in our room over here, so we're better off to leave it the way it is. But still, that is extremely cool right there. Okay, so we're just here now at our outpost over here. Our boat outpost, as it was. And I did some mining on stream. So I did some mining over here, down in the mine over here, and we actually have a bunch of stuff. We got a bit more iron, copper, and gold, and such. No diamonds, but that's okay. I'm totally fine with just this, to be honest. Having all these resources is good. And I found the elusive missing sponges. So that is good as well. I guess I could take those with me if I just carefully throw this gravel on the ground for a second. And, oh, wait a second. I think I had stone in my crafting inventory before. but I think since I relogged, that was actually wiped from those crafting, from the crafting grid. So I guess it's a good thing to remember, or maybe I moved it over here. Either way, I probably shouldn't leave items in the crafting grid when I relog, because I think that is probably not a good idea. I think I'll probably lose my items that way. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go back to base again, because I was gonna do some work over there and show off some features. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that I've been working on that. Of course, I added another boat to the bunch over there when I came over here, and I guess I should make a new one, because I don't want to take one from his family of boats out there. Now, before I got distracted by this little detour coming out to the outpost and doing a stream, I was talking about some new NSSS features, and I do believe that there is a dungeon down here that we can try out this thing on. So we're gonna go try it out on this dungeon here. Now, I don't know exactly where it is, but I'm pretty sure it's just down here if I grab a sponge. Because I've been hearing mobs all over the place. So if we just kind of dig around down here, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, look at that. I totally called it. And this appears to be just a standard dungeon, run-of-the-mill dungeon that you would get. Yeah, look at that. Just a zombie dungeon, which is good. We've got some chests in here. Maybe I'll wait for one more wave of zombies. Okay, there's one more spawn wave. Just one zombie, it looks like. So I think we've got this pretty much under control. I'm not too concerned, I don't think. Let's just get one more in there. Okay, I think we're good. I think we've got enough torches in here. Now, if we could just block out this water, I think we'd be in the clear here. I'm just gonna block it up with whatever I've got here. Just kind of cobbling together this spawner. We'll throw one more torch down here for good measure. We can check out our loot here as well and see what we've got. Nothing to be too excited about. But this is really the big prize right here in the middle here. And I'm gonna show you right now. Now, I'm actually gonna take this sand off just because I'm worried that we might run into some issues with the sand being on top, so I want to take it off. We for sure don't run into problems. And I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do it with a gold touch pickaxe and see what the gold touch pickaxe does. So are you ready for this? I think we'll give it a go. Let's see what we get. Would you look at that? We got the spawner block itself. We got the spawner block. So then the question would be, what does this actually do now? When I place it down, you can't just place it down and have zombies again. No. Looks like we have a pig spawner here now. So it actually reverts the data back to being a pig spawner, which is how we place it now. And yeah, we basically have unlimited food in this cage right here, which is pretty crazy to think about. So that's really exciting. So we're gonna have to hold on to that. We're gonna keep that safe. I'm gonna switch around some blocks here so that, actually, we'll stick the dirt in there. I'm just keeping blocks that I'm willing to lose up there. In fact, I don't even know if I want to hold on to dirt because I've got some other things that I could probably grab, including maybe some stuff from these chests. I mean, I could always use extra buckets. I'm gonna grab the buckets. Those are definitely worth it. And you know what? While I'm here, I might as well take a bite of bread too. And obviously we can come back here and grab all the moss stone at some point, but my inventory is just so full. I think I'm just gonna have to leave that for another time. But yeah, I think we should head on back to another spawner, and maybe we can find one out in the water, sort of just outside our base, because there is a lot of water dungeons out in that direction. I do know that. I think I might head on home first though, because it is nighttime now and it's very hard to see. But I also do want to show off what I've done actually on the chunk so far, because I have been working away at this chunk here again. We did some more work on stream. We actually had 2 streams for NSSS this week, or I guess kind of in preparation for this episode, because we did one on Saturday and then we did one on Mondays. So yeah, you can check out the VODs to those streams are posted on my channel. I do have playlists on my channel as well, so if you're searching for a specific series, I sort everything by the series, which it's for, and, you know, separated between streams and videos as well. So all the NSSS streams are in a playlist if you're interested in that as well. But yeah, we dug this down quite a bit because originally it was probably, yeah, basically up at the cobblestone there. And now we took it down to about here. So we do need to take it all the way down to bedrock, which is still, yeah, a good ways down. We're at Y50 right now, so getting it down to basically Y5 or so is where bedrock is. So we still have a long ways to go. I think one thing that's going to be very interesting about making this mob farm as well is that we can use a lot of the new NSSS features to kind of enhance it, right? So the farm that I made in Vanilla Alpha uses this chunk, and I'm kind of basing this farm that I'm going to build in this world off of that as well, because I think it works very well. But we can also use things like sponges, because we can use redstone to control sponges. So we can make actually like valves to release water and to make the mobs drop off the platforms. So when the water flows, then it can push the mobs off, and then we can kind of cycle it so that the mobs kind of, you know, get pushed off so that they are processed faster. So we can do things like that. We can also use the redstone, like the light bulbs in the mob farm, so that we can disable the farm instead of having to use lava, which is extremely convenient as well. Because in my original farm, I actually use lava to, you know, light up the platforms when I need to maintenance it. But yeah, if we use the light bulbs, that's going to be a lot better as well. But I think we're going to wait till the end of the night here because it's kind of difficult to go exploring when it's so dark. But yeah, I want to show off one other feature that I actually found out about on stream. I do believe that was the second stream that I did on Monday. Thanks to Aiden R. Memphis, Morphis, something like that. He told me to break the spawner with an iron pickaxe. And originally, I thought that was kind of silly because it would just disappear, but it actually does something different. I want to show you guys what that drops as well. Yeah, it drops something different. And it's not a spawner block. I think I'm going to quickly leave some of my important valuables here because I don't want to lose those, since I am planning to take those back to the base. But right now there's a lot of mobs over there, so I think I'm better off just to go exploring for now. I have to go a little ways out of the bay here because I did get a few of these dungeons on stream, which are kind of in this area, so we gotta go a little further out. I think, of course, there's our sand mining area, so maybe if we go to one kind of in this general direction. I don't think this is one right here, no, but I definitely see one right up ahead over here, so maybe we'll get one of these. Yeah, look at that, perfect. Right nearby. This is a spider one by the sounds of it, so that's actually kind of nice and easy because that means that they can't get through a one-by-one kind of hole, which is a little bit easy to kind of exploit. And of course, we can now use sponges to easily conquer, I guess, these dungeons, which is kind of nice. Let's just go like this and see what we've got. Okay. Yep. There's definitely spiders in there. Can I hit them? Oh, they can hit me. They can hit me. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of them. And spiders are actually a pain when it comes to their jump attacks, so I really don't want to go in there. Oh, excuse me. Okay, excuse me. Do you mind? And this spawner is just going and going. It's not giving me any opportunity to get any torches in there. Maybe we can slow this spawner down a little bit by letting in some light. I think that might help. In fact, I don't know why I thought of that sooner. I could do this everywhere. If we just go like this. And go like this. Yeah, look at that. This is actually not a bad way to try to defeat these spawners, because once you let the light in, there's no way for more to spawn. So now I just go down here. Excuse me? Excuse me? Hello? Hello? Come on over. Free spider soup. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna put up with that, sir. Okay? Perfect. We're good. We took that one down relatively easy, now that we kind of have a bit of a strategy to figure that out. That's really not so bad. Obviously, we can check out the loot. which is not bad. Wow, look at that. That is a lot of sponge right there. So it's really hit and miss with some of these dungeons, because some of them you only get the one underneath, and sometimes you just hit the jackpot. So this is absolutely a wonderful dungeon right here. I'm just going to pick up these chests as well, because I'm cheap, and chests are a little bit expensive if you make a lot of them. And yeah, we're going to break this with a iron pickaxe, because I'm not too concerned. Where's my iron pickaxe? Oh, here it is. I'm like, did I take one with me? I'm not too concerned about losing a spider spawner. So I'm going to break this. It's slow, as usual. But you'll notice that it drops a very interesting item. And I actually have no clue how to use this. I don't know if it has a use. I'm going to kind of try messing around with it. Like, I've tried right-clicking with it to see if maybe that does something. I thought maybe you could, like, put arrows inside it or something. Or maybe you could equip it on your, you know, on your chest plate spot. Because, you know, this would go over your shoulder usually. But I don't think it does anything. I can't click it on my player or anything. So I don't know what this is useful for. Obviously, this is supposed to be the arrow holder thing for archery. I can't remember the name for it now. Hold on one second. Oh yes, quiver. That's the word for it, quiver. This is supposed to be a quiver for arrows, so you know, usually you'd use it in archery to store arrows in, and you'd have it over your shoulder or something. So that's why I thought maybe you could like store arrows in it, or maybe it gives you more arrows. Actually, hold on. Does having it like in your hotbar or something, does it make you use less arrows? No, I think it's still using the same amount of arrows, so I don't know. I don't know what that's for. Because I had 51, I pick them up, and I still have 51, so very interesting. We'll have to keep an eye out for that, and, you know, maybe it'll have a use in the future. This is obviously not really a huge threat anymore, this dungeon. In fact, I might take a quick second here to clean this up and grab some of these bricks, because, you know, bricks are kind of useful, and since there's no spawner left here anymore, there's no reason to there's no reason to prevent the water from coming in now. I'm telling you, having a lot of sponges to do stuff underwater just is so much nicer, because you don't have to worry about water being in the way. You just place down a bunch of sponges, and then, you know, when you're done, you just take the sponges out, and all the water goes back the way it should be, because NSSS actually fixes the water flowing as well, so that's really great. And there we go. You wouldn't even notice that I had been there, because the water is just perfect again. And now we gotta try to get back to the Alpine Cliff Base, at least as I once called it. It's been a while since I've called this by its true name, but yes, the Alpine Cliff Base, and of course we have Sulphur Strait over by the kind of little hut over there in the middle of the water. Okay, I did not see that creeper there at all. Oh, okay, now we've got a spider janky coming for me. I've got an idea. I have a great idea. Hold on. If I go like this, fall down. Yes! Yes! Just fell down the hole. Okay. That was easier than I thought. So he's just gonna stay down there, I guess. Or has he got great pathfinding that he can climb up? No, he can't. That is wonderful. Yeah, so anyways, that is the Alpine Cliff Base over there. And that is Sulphur Strait over by that hut over there. And those are the places that I've named so far. Obviously, I guess I could probably call this Old Spawn right over here, which is kind of right beside my mob spawner, actually, which is quite interesting. In fact, I might even kind of make like a bridge or a pier or something that comes off this little island. Actually, it'd be really neat to make this into a little tropical island as the Old Spawn. That might be kind of interesting. And then have a little pier that comes out to this spawner over here, the mob spawner. But yeah, all plans for the future, of course, all kinds of ideas just surging around. I would like to build almost like a little town out in front of the Alpine Cliff Base over there as well. And I had an idea where actually I was going to set out little plots in the town and make like a little road that goes through. And then my idea was that I'd ask people for, you know, ask people to make us like some sort of build or something like that can fit within a, you know, 16 by 16 area or whatever. And then I would build it and kind of make a little town out of a bunch of people's builds. And I thought that would be kind of interesting. But I'll let you know if I ever get around to doing that, obviously. And I'll ask, you know, if people would be interested in that. Also, where did your skeleton friend go? He just appears to have vanished. Very interesting. And now I think it's about time that we jump into a bit of a montage of me getting this done because, well, I can't do third-person time lapses in NSSS right now because I can't load my world into a server. Unfortunately, servers can't import single-player worlds at this moment. So, yeah, I think we'll do the next best thing. We'll do a bit of a montage, just, you know, getting this done. And I wanted to use the new music which is being introduced into Minecraft. I know it's a bit sacrilegious because, you know, this is supposed to be a channel about old Minecraft and how good old Minecraft is. But you know what? I gotta say, I really do love the new music disc that's being introduced into Minecraft 1.18, I think it is, by Lena Rain. It's called Otherside, and I think we're gonna roll that for this little montage, and we're gonna enjoy that. Alrighty, and there we go. That little montage is over. I hope you enjoyed that. I wanted to get this done in today's episode, and I think it turned out very well, actually, in this 3x3 kind of space here. I wasn't originally too sure on how well it was going to fit in here, since I did rearrange this redstone torch tower in a slightly different spot compared to what I had planned in my separate world. But as you can see here, it works perfectly. Like when I press this button here, the boat goes up, and that's because this door is toggled, which means that the boat falls down, it's pushed into the corner, and then of course the boat is interacting with the water, which is actually through this corner. There was actually a glitch in alpha, which means that there was one corner where you could actually feel the water through the corner. So see, I can stand here, and if I hold spacebar, I can actually go up, because my player is just clipping through the corner here. In this specific corner, it is directional, of course. And I can also do this to get up out of the hole here. Then the boat can do the same thing, clipping into the water through this corner here. And we can use this to our advantage because that means the boat can go up and down the same place. If we had full water blocks here, there's no way that the boat could go down because there's no room for it to go down in this space. We'd have to have extra blocks off to the side, say, you know, a 2x3 space, so that the boat could go down in the open area. But because we're utilizing this little tiny clipping right through the corner of the block, we can get this boat elevator very compact, which means that the boat can actually go up and down the very same place, which is very convenient and very compact. So I am very proud of this design, of course. And I will link this video where I actually prototyped this, or I guess showed off my prototype in a video, of course, that I made a while back. You can check that out. And now that the boat is up at the top, we can, of course, press the button, and this will toggle the door down here, and also at the top using this torch tower. And of course, we should see the boat come down to the bottom here. And there we go. And now we'll take a ride up to the top here. Let's press the button. We're pushed into the corner, of course, and now we're clipping through the corner of the block, utilizing that water. And then it goes, whoa, very fast. We just got to the top here. Let's let this kind of shuffle over. You can see it does move a tiny little bit. And there we go. That's better. And of course, if we let the boat down to the bottom, then we're kind of out of luck. And that means that we can just use what I like to do. I just jump against the corner there. I push myself right into the corner and just ride the water down. Nice and easy. But as you can see here, we've got a block of glass right here so that we actually hit that glass. We're pushed over by this water source right here, up against this ladder for alignment. And then, of course, you kind of just drop down onto this door here. And then when the door is toggled, you drop down, you're pushed over by this water here, and you're actually pushed up against, it's kind of hard to see. There are some ladders here, which also help with a bit of alignment. I tried with and without them, and I do think it does work better with the ladders here, but I get mixed results. So I do find that I do prefer to put the ladders here because it makes it more consistent. If you don't have the ladders here, it still works most of the time, but sometimes it doesn't, so I just prefer to have them there anyways, for good measure. And yeah, of course, jumping down, we just have to go against the wall here, and you can kind of try to be a little bit more risky and try to get further down and then jump into the water. That works as well. But I'm very happy with this. Now that we have the elevator here, that means I can get to the skeleton spawner a lot quicker. And that means that I can spend a bit more time going up and down here. But I think we're going to end off... hello? I think we've got a burning neighbor outside, but we're not going to bother with that right now. I think we're going to end off today's video. I'm just noticing this too. It might look a little bit better with a bit of... Yeah, I think so. A little bit of extra slab on top. The slab block is just... I love it. I love it so much. It is very great for just kind of finishing off some builds a little bit. Kind of polishes off the look a little bit. I might even try to... There we go. Look at that. I think that's beautiful. But I am distracting from the point here. I want to say thank you so much for watching and tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, feel free to leave a like or a comment down below. And if you're interested in seeing more from me, consider subscribing. That way you'll receive notifications when I upload new videos. And of course, there's always going to be more of this nostalgic kind of, you know, old school Minecraft stuff going on the channel. That is what I focus on. And that is what I intend to continue playing into the future. Of course, the links to all my socials are down in the description. I do have a Discord server, so if you're interested in checking that out, we'd love to have you there. Of course, I try to release notifications when I upload videos there, and I also give you the latest inside scoop on what's coming up kind of with the next videos. So if you're interested in that, of course, links in the description. And of course, any other videos that I referenced in today's video, I hopefully will link in the description if I remember. That's always a bit of a hit and miss. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.